Hi yogis. Legs up the wall is considered one of the more powerful yoga poses for kind of resetting the body and elevating the mood. And it's really nice to do at home because all you really need is an expansive wall to put your legs up against, or like I'm using today, you can use the back of your sofa. So while that's all you really need, I'm going to offer today a few layers of additional props that you can use for a more restorative version, something that's a little more supported and comfy. So you can choose to use any of those extra props, or you can do without them. It's absolutely your call. If you want to gather some extra props, you'll need a few blankets and a supportive bed pillow. So if you have a firm or extra firm, kind of a puffier bed pillow, that's going to be a little bit better for this pose. So gather what you need, find an expansive wall, and then we'll get ourselves into this pose. So I'll show you a method for getting into legs up the wall. If you haven't done it before, some people are a little daunted by turning upside down and getting into that position and how to best do it. There is kind of an easy-ish method, and I'll tell you right off the bat, you do not have to get your hips and legs right up against the wall. A lot of people think you have to. You can if you like to and if that's comfortable for you. I'm going to show it today using a bit of an angle, so your hips are going to be a few inches away from the wall and it won't be a big huge stretch in the backs of the legs. You'll still have some sensation there, but the stretch will not be our primary goal. So as you get props set up, if you choose to use them, one of your blankets you'll unfold all the way and just lay it in front of your wall. I'm going to refer to the couch from here on out as the wall. So your one blanket will be laid out long in front of the wall. Doesn't have to be folded any particular way, just stretched out right in that space. Your pillow will go in front of that. So your pillow should be 6 to 8 inches. Mine looks like maybe even a foot away from the wall. This might be adjusted once you lie down, but for now, just wall, blanket, pillow, all kind of in a line. You'll sit next to that, and on the other side of you, there can be a folded blanket. When we turn and lie down, that folded blanket will go under your head and neck and will act like a little pillow. So get that all set up and then sit yourself right up on the pillow. And you want to scoot all the way to one side. So you'll be facing the side, one side of your body towards the wall, and you'll come all the way to the front of that pillow and then scoot yourself a little bit closer to the wall. So you kind of have one cheek on the pillow and one cheek hanging into this space between the pillow and the wall, or in towards the blanket. Okay, once you come there, you'll come down on your side body, leaning away from the wall. Now, if you're not using the pillow, this is the same method. You're just not sitting on the pillow, but you're coming down on your side body and you're scooting your hips a little bit closer to the wall. Okay, then we try for one fluid motion. It's not always super graceful. It's fine. Do your best and just slowly slide onto your back body and legs up. And then you can adjust as you need to. If you have the pillow under your hips, you may need to put your feet against the wall, lift your hips up, and then adjust the pillow. It's supposed to be more towards your lower back instead of underneath your hips, so you might need to pull it up a little bit. And the goal is to allow your hips, your buttocks really, to kind of fall over the edge of the pillow into this space between pillow and wall. So you can do a little side-to-side rocking if you'd like to. Again, you can lift your hips, your low back up, scooch, come back down, and then just find your space. You can reach up for the blanket that's underneath your head, roll up the bottom edge of the blanket so it really supports the whole curve of your neck. If you need more of a pillow, a bit more of a lift for your head, feel free to fold the blanket however you'd like so that it feels supportive. And then our last bit of prop here, our last bit of support, is to reach the hands down, either side of your hips, either side of your legs, and feel for that blanket that was laid out in front of the couch, in front of the wall. Find an edge of the blanket and lift it up. So it's coming kind of behind your thighs, behind your knees. And go ahead and bend your knees, bring your feet to the wall, and then bring your knees all the way in towards your belly so your feet come away from the wall, and pull that blanket up over your feet. Okay? Give it a few inches so the blanket folds over to the front of your calves or even towards your kneecaps. And then stretch your legs back up and spread the blanket out on either side and just center it a little bit if you need to. So if it's way pulled over to the left or the right, scoot your feet over, shimmy the blanket around a little bit so you have pretty much equal amount of blanket right and left. And then go ahead and lean your feet, your legs, your heels back against the wall. This blanket's going to become a swaddle. So you'll choose left or right side first, wrap it over the front of your legs, and then tuck it behind your opposite thigh or hip. And then same thing with the other side. Wrap it around the front and then tuck it behind or underneath. You can take any remaining blanket, pull it up over your belly if you want to, and then just tuck in that nice, wrapped, cozy, warm feeling. Arms can come out to the sides when you're ready. Give your shoulder blades a little wiggle underneath you. They're pulling away from each other. So if your shoulder blades were scooching up towards each other underneath you, if your upper back was lifted, spread it out. Shoulder blades spread, collarbones widen, arms rest into the floor, hands relax. Now that we're in the shape, starting to settle and make those last little micro adjustments. Check in with your legs. Are they comfortable, especially if they're swaddled? Do you need to wiggle your toes or move your ankles at all for freedom within the blanket? Into your hips, your back. Do you need any more movement there, any more adjusting? And take a few long, nourishing breaths as your mind scans through the back of your body. Taking your time to notice all the places that your body meets support. Welcoming your breath into your belly. As you exhale, imagine your breath washing down through your lower back. And softening your facial muscles, letting all bits of expression melt off your face. Brow relaxing. Jaw falling back and down. And feeling a widening sensation between your ears. how your breath washes through your torso. Breath rippling through your ribs. And your collarbones, riding the tides of your breath. And the skin on your chest melting as your breath washes through your heart space. As you welcome the release of stress, tension, anxiety that's been sitting in your body, visualizing a waterfall here that flows down over your legs, pools in your belly, washes your abdominal organs. That water flowing over your chest, your arms, your hands, your head. And picking up any stress in inner or outer body. And washing it over and away from your body and out to sea. You can imagine crystal clear water, healing waters. It's flowing over your body. And washing away anything you don't need to hold or carry with you right now. As we come into our last few cycles of breath here, focusing your breath again into your belly. And your breath will soften your belly, pull into your lower back. You can choose to stay here for as long as you'd like. If you're ready to come out of the pose, a little wiggle for fingers and toes first. Start to wake up at the edges. And then if your legs are swaddled, you'll need to gently unwrap that blanket so you can reach up and unfold one side, unfold the other. And then just gently, slowly pull your knees back down in towards your belly. And you can unwrap the blanket from over your feet and just let it fall to the floor. the pillow or the cushion is underneath your back. Compress feet to the wall. Lift your hips up nice and high and either push the pillow towards the wall if you have a lot of space, or pull it out to one side and put it down next to you. Roll your spine and hips down slowly. And then take your time to shift your hips over towards one side a little bit and roll your body the other way. Rolling onto one side, curling up, and taking a few breaths to transition. And then top hand to the floor, pressing into the earth as you slowly start to stack your spine back up. Head can stay down, chin toward your chest, eyes closed. And take a few more cycles of breath, just feeling into the after effects of that posture. How do you feel now? Body, mind, and spirit. And then letting your eyes open as you're ready, moving into the rest of your day or into your evening. And I hope you enjoyed Legs Up the Wall. I'll see you soon.